Reality. Reality receipts.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. We're back to talk about Married at First Sight, episodes 11, 12, 13, 14. We were just going to do 11 and 12 because we left you on a little cliffhanger before we went to Vegas, but we saw that the finale and the reunion dropped today, and we thought, why wait? So we watched it, and now that's all I can think about because what the hell?
What the
What the
fuck?
hell? Like, Kinetic, the company that does Love is Blind, does this show, and I don't know where they find these men. The pits of hell, apparently. So
The pits on the street, anywhere. You know what I think it is I think that successful, grounded women are like, they still like want love and they're willing to put their life on the line and they're really to take those risks. I think that men that have their shit together and are ready, that like have something going for themselves, they're just not going to take that risk and go on reality TV. It's
no.
all I can think. That's why we're getting these trash men,
Yeah.
and that's why it's the cookie is crumbling this way, because I was just telling Ashley when the season started, we're like, what a breath of fresh air. These people
Oh
seem
my
so
god.
genuine. I don't think anyone's faking it. Like,
I'm so
who would want
embarrassed.
who would want to
I'm
get
so embarrassed.
divorced? And here
We
we are.
we literally were like, these people are so much more genuine and amazing and real and there for the right reasons. What a dumbass, because these men me, not you,
Well,
but
us, no, both of us, because I think we both have the same take. Like, this is good. Yeah.
they're so
Uh,
sweet. Like, they're so amazing. And well, honestly, my mindset is no one would do Married at First Sight for clout. Like, it's not really that big of a show, but I think it is that big of a show. Apparently, some of the people that have been on it have like 1 million followers. So I guess it's
oh,
worth it
okay.
for the
Okay.
clout. So I mean,
Okay.
it's a
I guess.
risk, but
I mean, I think I would just be more worried about like having a divorce on like an actual divorce on my record, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's
yeah,
try to go back 4 episodes. Like it's so
it's gonna
hard
be
to even
hard.
care about what happened in the previous episodes leading up to decision day, but I think it's
Uh-huh.
like for me, I don't know if it to you it just seemed like in those last 2 episodes they were showing everybody crumbling. It was almost
Yeah.
like in those last 2 episodes we didn't see anything good except for Megan and Derek being pregnant. And I feel like they're the only ones that in those last 2 episodes we didn't see absolute chaos or like
Mm.
red flags, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we saw their red flags previously. We didn't see it in these last 2 episodes. It seemed joyous. Maybe they did that on purpose because of the
Yeah.
pregnancy news, that they're babysitting, they're having fun with the dog, they're like, all is well in Derek and Megan land, and everybody else was like, woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, and I think them finding out that they were expecting really, like, that put all their focus onto that, right? So they suddenly forgot or, like, put all those problems they had to the side, which I think obviously would have come back up if they didn't have that news. But yeah, everyone else was a hot mess. I mean, Pat and Rhonda, like, I
What do you
I'm
think of
like,
that? What do you think of
he
that?
the he can't
Just
win
okay,
for
just yeah, okay, okay. I was gonna say, don't tell me what you think, like reunion.
no,
Tell me
no, this
what you
is
think
based
leading
on that episode.
yes, yeah.
I mean, I can't remember, was it a concert or something or a show that he had got tickets for her to go, and she was, like, ragging on him for that, like, "You didn't ask me," and it's like, it's hard because I'm like, I get it, and maybe in some points, like, she's valid for thinking these things, but you're married, right? So you have to maybe let some things go. Like, not every little thing has to be picked at and is a fight, and she kinda has to, like, pick her battles, and she doesn't with Pat. Yeah, he can't win, like, she'll say, "Take more control, do this," and he does something and, "Oh, you didn't do it right, you gotta do it like this." Like, she is just always giving him a hard time, and I don't want to feel bad for him, like, I want to understand her, but you just can't really see her
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, I agree. That was my exact take, like, watching it. I'm like, "My God, like, she's so nitpicky. Everything's the problem." He's not perfect, and I think he ended up saying, like, she hones in on the negative. She hones in on what I don't do right, so she doesn't even
Mhm.
notice when I do it right, you know? And I felt the same way, like, "Oh, well, what's wrong with him getting tickets to a concert and assuming that you would go with him. I think that's
Yeah.
what happens when you're in a marriage, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
and then especially if you have somebody that kind of has an open schedule and is not super busy, like I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. He's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't, because I think later on we see her say, I want somebody to take more of like a leader role. And I don't want,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And it's like that was him trying to take a leader role. It does seem like he's trying to
Mhm.
listen more and to trying to, like, improve his communication, but, like, she does always she always does get in his ass, you know? And
Yeah.
it's kind of annoying at this point, like, "Damn, bitch, like, leave him alone." Like, and then
Yeah.
he goes into a shell, and then he gets all passive, and then she's like, "Ew, that's a turnoff." But it's like you're beating
Yeah.
the man down to the point where he's like, he doesn't know how to move, which way to go. He's a shell of himself, and, like, he can't open up,
Mhm.
he can't be himself because he's so afraid to make the wrong move, and I get it, like, some like strong women don't want like a wussy pussy, like people that they could walk all over. And I thought
Mhm.
that their personalities would balance each other well because he is kind of passive and she does kind of have this boisterous personality. But goddamn, like for her to be such a free spirit and for her to be so like gone with the wind, one with the wind, like she really surprised me with how motherfucking annoying and nitpicky she is. Like, and sometimes, you just too old, you just stuck in your ways, and you just gotta be
Yeah.
alone, shit, because
Yeah, that's the thing, right? She doesn't seem to have any ability to just go with the flow. She like has to control everything. What did you think of when they met up with his friend? Like that was so awkward.
it was awkward because Pat was, like, trying to open up to his friend, and then she came in and then, like, kinda started telling her side.
Mhm.
And I mean, there are like I'm not saying Pat is perfect. There are moments where you have to kind of read the room and you have to know like and I get what he was doing with the song, right? Like when she started crying and she's like this song means this to me. That's not the moment to say, "Oh, well this is what it means to me." But I get he was trying to connect with her on
Yeah.
that. But it's like, okay, you just kind of have to like listen and let that moment be about her, especially if she's crying, but he was trying to make it a point of connection and he completely dropped the ball, right? And
Yeah.
then but then it's like, other moments I disagree. I think she's overreacting. Like the dad thing, I completely agree with Rhonda. Like I'd be so pissed if I
Yeah.
was saying something about my dad and then like you didn't even you just asked me a question that I just answered.
Yeah.
Also we have to remember that they're older, so like their memories might not be the best. Like, but
Fair.
I just felt like is it me or was the friend did you feel like it might have been an edit, but did you feel like the friend was, like, cutting her off a bit? And the but I mean, in
Yes. And
okay,
I was
okay,
like gonna
okay.
lose her mind.
I thought the same thing. I was like, I thought that's why she started crying. I thought that's why she started crying because I was like, he's trying to validate her and he's trying to say, I hear you and like you're right about this and Pat was wrong about this. But like in it,
Mhm.
he's like not kind of letting her finish her sentences and she's cutting her off. So I thought like, oh my God, she's gonna lose it. So when she started crying, I was like, oh my God. Like she's gonna be like,
Yeah.
you're just fucking like him. That's what I thought
And
she was
you
gonna
know
do.
what? I'm kind of wondering if Rhonda needs to maybe just become a lesbian, and maybe that is why some older women do because men are
Mm,
not great at what she's needing. She really wants to be heard. She really wants someone to listen and like ask her a lot of follow-up questions and not turn it back on themselves. And
mm.
I feel like that's just something, and not to like give men a pass, but they're just not great at that, most of them, right? Like it's just not they're not the best listeners, which is not an excuse, but I just feel like she needs a man that's way more in touch with his emotional, like, wanting to talk for hours type side, and that's just not Pat, so
Is that I don't know. I guess all men are different, but I do feel like
Yeah.
sometimes men have certain characteristics that, like us women want certain characteristics in a man that we're only gonna find in another woman, like you said,
Yes.
like be with a girl, or you use those moments to, you connect with your partner in a different way. Maybe you just have those moments with your girlfriends or your best friends. That's why it's important to like have those friendships, but
Mm,
I felt the same way. Like, damn, like she's kind of like I don't know because I also feel like his friend was a little fake because he's like
yeah.
validating validating Pat, and then the minute Rondo walks in, he's like, "Yeah, you suck. You're wrong." Like,
Right?
so I
I
don't
know.
know. I don't know.
He
I think
was
she's gonna have difficulty finding a partner because she is very
yeah.
stubborn and stuck in her ways. You know?
It's true, and I do feel like the things that she picks at Pat for not doing are things that she doesn't really do either. Like, she's not great at listening to him really, and she does usually wanna turn and maybe that's just the edit, but she does seem to
Yeah.
wanna always turn the convo back to herself, and
Yep.
she's maybe asking him for things that she's not doing, but I think he just only gets that relationship validation from physical touch. We learn more about that later, and she's
Mhm.
really not about that. She's more about emotional talking, and then that would come later. So they're both not feeling fulfilled and validated because they have different ways of expressing it.
Yeah. And some women, a lot of women, most women, I would say, need that emotional connection
Mhm.
that makes that physical just it enhances that physicalness. And I
Yeah.
think Rhonda ended up saying it later, like, I think he didn't care who the person was because he knows marriage equals physical, so he
Yeah.
wants that physical and really didn't care about that emotional. And then she wanted the opposite. So
Yeah.
I I think on decision day, he walked in with his chest poked out, like definitely like full hands crossed, like moving away from her, like, and she picked up on his body language. Obviously, she was 100% right. She went in saying, he gonna say motherfucking no, and he said
Uh-huh.
yeah, and then they ended up at a
I
yes
don't
anyway.
understand.
Yeah.
I know, I'm like, I was proud of him. I'm like, "Good, he's getting out of
Yes.
this." I'm like, "Yeah, say no, you're finally making the right choice." And then
Setting some
once he
boundaries.
started to get convinced to say yes, I thought she was gonna say no for sure. I thought she was just mad that he was saying no and she wanted him to say yes so she could say no. That's definitely where I thought that was heading.
Yeah, see, I thought they were both going into decision day. No,
Yeah.
you know, I thought
Mhm.
they were both going into decision day as a no. What one question that we didn't get, I need to know if they ever moved in with each other. Because
I
I
don't
think
think so.
throughout the whole season, I could tell, like, she did not wanna live with him, she didn't wanna make
Yeah.
space for him, she didn't I don't know, like, maybe you don't need a husband, maybe you just need a boyfriend, like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because a boyfriend, you still live in your separate spaces, and I think that that's I don't know what the fuck's healthy. Hell, I'm single as fuck, I ain't got no man, ain't never been married, but I would just think at that age when you're stuck in your ways, like, I just think of my mom now, like,
Yeah.
my mom has been married, she got a little man, she got a little boyfriend, whatever, whatever.
Right.
And they've been together for a few months and like, he wants to get married, but my mom's kind of like,
No.
we're chilling here. Like, what do we gotta get married
Yeah.
for? Like, we're having fun. Like, live in your house, I live in mine. We'll get together. We'll have our fun. We'll spend our time together, but we still like have those separate lives. And
Yeah.
like, she doesn't really have the desire to be married again. Obviously, he's a pastor, so he wants to do it right in the eyes of God. So that's a main reason why he wants to like be married. But I think everything that comes along with marriage, the living together, the blending of the lives and all of
Mm.
that could be really difficult when you are stuck in your ways and
Yeah.
in your 60s. My mom will be 60 in 1 month.
Oh, wait, what day is her birthday again?
December
The
16th.
right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
coming up soon. But
Coming
yeah,
up.
I think yeah, it's nice to have alone time, honestly. Even now, like I've been married for oh my gosh, how many years? 12 years?
Yeah.
And I'm like when my husband goes out of town or when he's out at hockey, I enjoy those times, right? And I'm not
Yeah.
saying I want him to move out, but if we had like, I think when you're secure in your relationship or as you get older, you're happy to have those separate times, you know? I think
Yeah.
wanting to live together and be together all the time is more like when you're younger and more insecure before you have kids or before you're married and you want to like solidify that. But once you feel solid or you're okay on your own, it's more like the relationship is like an additive to your life, not that you need it 24/7.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
I agree.
yeah, I don't even know why Rhonda went on this show. It doesn't seem like she should probably realize by now that she's not really looking for a partnership, I don't think. She
Ma
wants just
Maybe do you think Ron No, I just feel like, you think Rhonda wanted followers? Because I don't see that
No, no,
either,
no, partner no, I don't think she went on for clout. Like, I think she went
Okay.
on for marriage, but I think she should realize by now that
Yeah.
she's probably not gonna find what I don't know what she wants, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think that probably this experience has probably made her realize, like, "Okay, I
Mhm.
marriage is not for me. I've tried it 3 times. Like, I maybe don't want a partner in that sense. Maybe, like you said, like a really good boyfriend, a really good, like, but nobody I have to like blend my life
Yeah.
with. And then Pat too, I think that there's no way Pat went on this show for clout, but I think Pat went
No,
on.
no.
I think Rhonda's very correct in what she said about what Pat wanted. He just wants a body. He just wants somebody that'll ride that thing. If
Obligated
you
to sleep with him.
Yeah, like, he wants somebody that's gonna give up that wuss, like, he doesn't care what they look like, he didn't care about nothing else, like, he's like, "I need somebody to share a physical, intimate relationship with." That's what he said that was missing in his previous marriage and ultimately ended up being what was missing in this marriage, but, I mean, it is I I don't know, what do you think of, like, he went on a 1-month
That
vacation
was crazy.
away, and then
Yeah.
he's home for 10 days out of that 1 month, and you ain't gave him
Yeah.
none.
Well,
Now to end a marriage because of that's fucking crazy. But he had a point in being upset.
yeah. Well, yeah. So obviously at the reunion, we found out that they are no longer married and they gave us a little update on what's been going on. So yeah, he went to Europe for a month, which already I think is a little strange in a marriage. Like it's sounding more like a boyfriend girlfriend type thing, right? Like I guess you can do your own thing, but a month in Europe, if he's that desperate for like physical connection, I wouldn't feel like him going to Europe alone for a month is good for the marriage. Yeah, but I think
He paid for some
he
physical.
was that guy we met at the bar at the Cosmo walking around looking for the working girls. Cause
Not to start any rumors, and we don't know this for sure. This is just a
no.
joke. We think he may have spent a little cheddar on something
Maybe
better.
maybe he went to Amsterdam. Is that where they have the freaky
Yeah,
deaky stuff? So
yeah, that's where they have the freaky deaky stuff. They got a lot of freaky deaky stuff out there. I wouldn't.
uh,
She did say that she was invited and that she chose not to
mhm,
go because, obviously she said they had done some travel, like took a lot of time off for the show and had done some traveling previously. But yeah, I agree. Like a month without your wife, you're not getting any, and then you go to Europe where you're probably paying for it. Pat definitely gives, he's paying for it. No tea, no shade. And then you come back and then but that might be a reason why your wife didn't want to give it to you. Maybe she got an inkling
yeah,
that you paid for it, or maybe, I mean, I would have hoped she would have said that on the reunion,
yeah,
but maybe she knows that like you was probably dipping in something that she don't want no parts of. Like, we don't know. But I mean, I do
yeah,
think if you didn't give him none in 10 days, he was already gone for a month, like, that's probably not the
yeah.
best sign. Definitely not a reason to get
Uh-huh.
divorced, but not a good sign.
Yeah, I think they're just in a vicious cycle of he needs that physical validation to give her the emotional connection, and she needs the emotional connection to give him the physical validation. So he
Mhm.
came back from being gone for a month. So, of course, she didn't feel connected mentally and emotionally to him. So she didn't want to just jump into bed. But if your love language is physical touch and you come back from missing your partner for a month and they don't really want to hook up for 10 days, like I could see feeling very rejected, and that would be hard to get over it. And of course, you don't have to sleep with your partner if you don't feel like it. But when you're away for a month, it's probably not a marriage that anyone wants to be in. Like, you're gone for a month, and
Yeah.
they don't even care when you come back to do that,
Yeah, and
so
what's interesting is she was like, "I thought we were in a really good space. I thought, like, it was the best we had been since
Mhm.
our, um, honeymoon or whatever, since
Reception,
our
yeah.
yeah, since our reception." So, I I just wonder, like, they just seem like polar opposites because it's like, how
Yeah.
can you think that you're in the best space ever, and then he's listening to angry meditation music? How to overcome your anger. And what's so funny is, like, he did that on purpose, right? Like, let me play this shit loud so that she
He
knows
turned the
that I'm
volume up when
fucking
she walked by.
like, so that you know that I'm pissed about
Yeah.
something.
Right? And that's the
It's
thing,
so
right? He
funny.
probably could have just directly talked to her and said,
No, he
We're in a
couldn't.
good place." No, he can't.
He
You're right.
can't 'cause
You
she did it!
Yeah, I mean, she did say after the decision day she wasn't attracted to him because of how he acted, so I don't even know why they were still trying, but she said she wanted to give it a year, but yeah, it didn't work out for them, so
So they made it to, what did she say, 9 months, right?
yeah, 9
Okay,
months, and
okay.
then she wouldn't give it up, and so he left.
He left. Okay, well,
Found a
I
hot
mean,
little Amsterdam girl.
yeah, well, they did make it a lot further than some of the other couples. I was very, very
Mhm.
surprised that, it was so short-lived based on what we seen on decision day. So, who should we talk about next? Because honestly, all of the let's talk about Chad and Belinda, because I need to know
Okay.
your thoughts on Chad and Belinda. Like, as I was watching it, I'm just wondering how people are reading it, because I'll be honest, uh, when we go back to the episodes before decision day, I
Mhm.
did feel like, obviously, Chad is having a hard time with production and with the show. He doesn't like being filmed. It
Yeah.
sounded like to me like production's kind of switching around the schedule and not sticking to the schedule that they're giving them. And he seems like a pretty busy, successful guy, and he's just not with it. I think he tried
Yeah.
something out of his comfort zone. So I will say I felt very different how about the fights before decision day and then decision day reunion. Like, my thoughts
Mhm.
shifted. What
Yeah.
did you think of Chad and Belinda's fight prior to decision day?
I mean, I agree that he was over the cameras and the production, and I honestly think a lot of his issues obviously come from because he was in, like, the army or something, right?
Mhm,
Did he say?
mhm.
And
Something
so
like that.
yeah, a lot of his things that he was pointing out, like, he I mean, he did seem a little jealous of the dog, which was weird, like, when he said, "I'm the alpha of the house," but
Like,
he
yeah, it's
really
not jealousy, but I get what you mean.
yeah,
I get what you mean. He makes
he
this
said
really weird face that scares me. He be like,
yeah. He has some anger issues, and he's not jealous of the dog, but yeah, he said, "I'm the alpha in my house," and I think having the dog in the bed just made him feel less than, which is a whole other thing, but, yeah, I think being in the army or whatever his job was, he's used to calling the shots, right? And I don't think they run into this problem a lot, but production is doing a job, and they have to tell you where to go and what to say and what to do, and he was feeling very, like, emasculated by that.
okay,
'Cause
okay,
I think these are maybe young women that are production, and I think he's just having a hard time having to follow rules and listen to someone else. He doesn't like that,
yeah.
and so that became clear, and then obviously the elk it sounds like he has a little drink not maybe a drinking problem, but he falls asleep drinking every night, and then he
No,
has some paranoia going on, like, the
mm,
things he was talking about production, he has, like, some paranoia. So that might be a
mm,
lot of I don't know what he did in the army, but it sounds like some PTSD
okay,
issues.
okay.
So it's sort of seeming to me like that we were wondering, how does he have 4 divorces? I don't get it. It seems very obvious now, the issues that
Yeah.
he has and why you wouldn't be able to be married to someone like that. He needs therapy, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the least.
A little therapy. A lot of
It's a
therapy. Oh, we
little
know just the
bit of
therapy
therapy.
for him.
So, I think okay, so my initial take on it is, when they were having these discussions, I'm like, okay, that's understandable. He's annoyed with production. He doesn't like to listen. He doesn't like to take direction. That makes perfect sense what you just said. But I
Mhm.
did feel like, and I got her point, right? Like, don't include me in like, but again, that's that alpha mentality. You're my
Yeah.
wife. I'm the head. You're the
Yeah.
tail. And like, if what I say goes for our household. So if I say we have a problem with production, then we have a problem with production. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
pipe down. This isn't the fucking 1930s, bitch. Like, relax.
Yeah.
But I did feel like you could tell Belinda's very passive, like, she's very, like, she like, yelling scares her, like, you could tell, like, all of that's very triggering for her, but I did feel
Mhm.
like when they were talking, sometimes she was honing in on points that weren't gonna progress the conversation forward, like,
Mhm.
and he said that, and she just kinda got up and stormed out, like, there were certain points where when they're talking about the dog, and she's like, "Well, how do you know he's barking all day? He's barking when you're walking up, like, you don't know if he's barking all day. You don't know that he's not." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, it's like, sometimes there were points where it's like, "Okay, are we gonna, like, focus in on the dog, like, barking all day or whatever, like, let's get to the root of the problem. The root of the problem is the
Mhm.
dog, right? Like, we
Yeah.
seen at the reunion, you feel a way about the dog. So let's get to the root of the problem. Let's not focus on if he's barking or if he's not.
Yeah.
Uh, so I did feel, and then there was like a moment at the sushi bar, I remember, where she kind of did something similar to where you're kind of hanging on to a moot point that's just not going to like make
Did
a
you say
difference.
moo?
Yeah, like a moot point. That's a Friends it's a
I
Friends
know.
line if
I
you
know.
guys watch
It's a
Friends.
cow's opinion. It's
Yeah, like
moo.
it's moo, like you're hanging on to a point that's not gonna progress this conversation forward or backwards, like, we have to get to the, like, root cause of, like, what's going on,
Yeah.
and it's like, the root cause is, like, he doesn't wanna film anymore, he doesn't wanna do production, he's saying, "F this
Mhm.
show," and then even when he says, "F this show," I think that she's feeling like she doesn't like cursing, she doesn't like yelling, so she's instantly goes into, like, a defense, like, she's instantly, like, has a wall
Mhm.
up, but then, seeing it once it got to, like, the
Yeah.
reunion, I was like, "Oh, no, he's fucking crazy."
Yeah.
You know? He told
Yeah,
the
I
host
wrote
to shut up or something. He
yeah,
told
he
the
did.
host to shut up, right?
Kevin Frazier, he's a Entertainment Tonight, staple, but yeah, well, what I wrote about him was he hates the dog, hates the cameras, hates the show, hates schedules. So he's not a very,
Why
like,
why did he
happy
come
guy.
why
I
did he come
don't
on the fucking show? Like, and
yeah.
I got he did say, like, okay, like, it was so out of his comfort zone
Mhm.
that, he's proud of himself for doing it, but, like, I really thought I was convinced this whole time that Belinda did not like him. I thought on decision day
Yeah.
she was gonna say no. She doesn't seem, and maybe the cameras are just not capturing it, but they don't seem lovey-dovey. They don't seem, like, into each other physically. They don't, like, seem to have an emotional connection or a physical connection, so I really thought it was gonna be a no. So I was surprised on decision day when he got down on a knee, he asked her, "Be my wife again," and he is sweet, right? Like, he's a thoughtful guy. He does all these grand gestures, he does the flowers, but yeah, once we heard more about their problems at the reunion, I was like, "Oh, no, fuck this guy." He's
Yeah.
actually
Well, and his, ability to get so mad so easily on camera, right? It just makes you wonder, what is he like off camera if he has no control over his temper in public in front of all these people. At home alone, it would not be very fun to deal with that, so
yeah, especially if he's drinking, that ignites
yeah.
your anger even more. So,
Mhm.
I'm glad that, Belinda's out of it, like, when they showed that deleted scene and he said, when he had said, "Fuck y'all," I thought he was talking about production, but he was
Yeah.
talking to the group. Like, he told
Yeah.
all of them, "Fuck y'all," to the point where her daughter was crying. Okay, yeah, that's you're not gonna cuss at my daughter. You're not gonna cuss at
No.
me. Like, I don't like, agree with, like, cursing at your romantic partner unless it's like, I done caught you in the bed with a bitch, then it's about to go up. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm a light
Yeah.
this whole bitch on fire. But
Yeah.
it's like in that scenario, definitely didn't cause for cussing, yelling, screaming, and then they play it back, and you got a whole attitude up on this stage, like you're just showing your ass, like you're showing exactly why it would be very difficult to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
When he told when he told the host to shut up, I was like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah, I was shocked that they brought it back down after that. Like, I thought, like, he was gonna be kicked out and that they were gonna have a little argument, but the host calmed him
Handled it
down
so
easily.
well. That's
Yeah,
somebody that's good at their job because he was like,
yeah.
oh, he handled that so well. He was able to bring him down, back down so well.
Mhm. I know.
Yeah.
It was so funny to me on this reunion, though, because 'cause they'd be talking about the craziest shit, and, like, it would be so awful, and then the host would be like, "Yeah, that seems like it was really hard for you. Anyways, on to the next person." Like, I was like, "Okay, how do we move on from this?" But we had to
Yeah.
keep going because every
Yeah.
couple was like a car crash, and it got worse and worse and worse, and I couldn't believe it. So, but,
Yeah, I couldn't believe
I
it.
mean
I thought so that was shocking. Like I thought Pat and Rhonda were going to be a no one decision day, and and then I thought that Belinda and Chad were going to be a no one decision day. So seeing that they
mhm,
both were yeses, and then they were no longer married because now we're a year and a half. If you guys didn't know, we're a year and a half past, decision day. It wasn't shocking, but it seemed
mhm.
like Pat and Rhonda made it 9 months, and then Chad and Belinda actually only made it a couple of
Not
days
long.
past decision day,
Yeah,
only a week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Josh and Jalen now? Because that was the most fucked
Yes.
up. I can't even
Oh my
believe
god.
this guy is diabolical. Like, he had us all
Fooled.
fooled.
Mhm.
We should have known the
You did
Burning
know.
Man.
You did know. You did know. Literally, I'm
Well,
like, you said it. You were like, he's crazy. When he snapped, she was like, no, I seen something in his eyes when he snapped and was like, don't roll your eyes at me. And she was like, there's
yeah,
something weird about this Burning Man. He wants to do freaky, weird stuff that he can't do without his girlfriend.
yeah,
She called it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there was some flags, and but he was also being like, remember, if you think back to him on like the wedding day, he's so fake because he's coming across
Mm-hmm.
this like sweet little man, and then no, he's freaky
Mm-hmm.
deaky. But I
Freaky deaky.
cannot believe the way that he dumped her on a vacation. I think he most definitely must have found someone else. For him to abruptly end it when they had no real problems, like it's giving, he found like whoever this girl was that approached them at the oh wait, I guess we were talking about the other episodes. I got right into the reunion
I
shit, but
mean, it kind of does. Them other episodes don't matter, right? Like because,
no.
like I said, we start seeing their that we started seeing it crumbling. But honestly, in the episodes leading up to Decision Day, it seemed like she was more of the one that was focusing on their differences and focusing on
Mhm.
their I don't think like you've said with your husband, like you guys have different interests and hobbies, and he
Yeah.
goes and does his thing and you do your things, and then you guys have the things that you do together. And I really felt like these episodes, she was the one focusing on, oh, like we have to have the same hobbies and we have to, have these experiences together, as opposed to where he was just clearly fucking faking.
Yeah.
Clearly fucking faking and being like, whatever you want, we could find something together. We could find community together. That's not important to me. We could do this. You could do that. Everything's fucking fine. Clearly he was
Yeah.
faking.
And for her, like, they did that fake out thing where they showed us the nice videos, so I thought that it was gonna be a happy ending for them, and she went to Burning Man, and she looked 10 times better than he did there, like, she was all cute. He was in I don't know what he was wearing. His outfit, his Burning Man outfit. I sent Ricky a picture. And this is before they said they were divorced, and I said immediate divorce for his outfit, and then they did get divorced. But, yeah, she, like it's almost like he was looking for reasons, and then she was overcoming them all, and he was, like, finally just had to pull the chute and just make up whatever because he just wanted to be single and out there enjoying probably I don't know if he has any fame right now, but I'm sure he's reaping the benefits, so
I don't know. I just felt like, yeah, like the reunion made him look so bad. Decision day, I honestly thought that she was gonna say no, and I was gonna be like, oh dang, like the reasons that the problems that they were having didn't seem like problems to like not get
Mhm.
married. But like after, I think we kept saying that like during our recaps, like, well, why doesn't she try to go to Burning Man? Like, she might like it. And like, why doesn't
Yeah.
he try to do some of the stuff she likes and she try to do like, how do you call this girl not adventurous? And she went fucking skydiving, bitch. Like she jumped out of a
Literally.
goddamn airplane for you. And you're gonna say you're not adventurous enough, you're on a level two. And I thought she was crazy by being like, he just needs a girl. Like the first of all, the fact that Burning Man was such a prominent storyline for them is weird and it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I kept saying to myself, like, okay, like just try it. Like just try to go to Burning Man. So the fact that she said that she went to Burning Man, had her ass out 10 days,
Yeah.
lived in a tent. He made her build the fucking tent. And then she said she went to other raves with him. She swam on a shark with him, jumped out a plane for him. Like, really, she like, I thought she was being overreactionary by saying, "Oh, like, maybe he just needs to find a girl that likes the same stuff as him." I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Just because you don't like Burning Man doesn't mean you have to get divorced." But then for that to be his reason after she did all of these things, he really sounded so stupid getting up there
Yeah.
trying to explain it. Because it's like, what do you mean you need somebody that enjoys it as much as you do? She's doing it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
she doesn't have a passion for it like I do. So what? She's doing it. Like,
I still think it's all code for orgies, and that was what she wouldn't do at Burning Man, and that's why he called her a 2. It's not that she's not adventurous in life, it's that she won't sleep with a bunch of randoms at Burning Man. So,
yeah,
which, sorry,
yeah.
I know we have some listeners that are into Burning Man and gave us a nice explanation. I meant to read it on here. I forgot. But some people
Oh,
say it is a beautiful experience and they're not there for the sex, drugs, and everything. But I
oh,
do think that does happen there. I think there is.
okay.
I think seeing this reunion, I think Josh is there for the orgies. Sorry, that's just my opinion. But I agree that not everybody is, but that's what I think Josh is there for. So,
Yeah, same. But
yeah.
it just didn't make sense. Okay, what did you think about this whole video that they got? Was this supposed to
I mean, that was after they were broken up, right?
okay,
So,
all right, okay.
I don't know. It's funny to me that they were there, like, at a club recording him. I love that. Those are good friends. But I'm also like, if you want to see that of your ex-husband, I don't know. Why would you want to see that, right?
I wanna see because 'cause I'm nosy.
Oh,
I want to see, yeah.
but what good does it do? Aren't you just like, I
It's
would just want
just
to like burn
gathering
their,
information. I like to
yeah.
know what's happening. I don't wanna be surprised by anything. I wanna always
Yeah.
be in the know, so yes, I want the tea. Let me know. But I
I
agree
think
with you that he
actually,
was seeing somebody else, that he was
yes. And
like
I
yeah,
I do think the video is good to show that side. You know what I mean? Because we're only seeing this sweet little "I want to be married" side, and so I think, that showed that's like his character. Not that there's anything wrong with making out in a bar, but like that's his hobbies. So it just
yeah.
showed that like that's what he's doing out of the club. So yeah, I want to know more about this girl that approached him at the concert. It sounds like he a recent hookup, or was he cheating on her, or I don't know, was it an ex? But it sounds like they had a lot of jealousy. The way that immediately she said, "Did you fuck her?" Like, that seems like that's an ongoing problem in their
Mm,
relationship.
yeah, and then another thing that they kind of glazed over was the fact that he lied about the age of his assistant.
Yeah.
We didn't get to the bottom of that. It was crazy to me how the both of them were just like, he was like, that's not how the story went. And then he tells his side, and it is like a little different than what she's saying. Ultimately, the same result, but just like different tones, right? Different speech, and different,
Yeah.
I mean, rather, like, he's like, you asked, did I fuck her? Well, obviously, your body language shifted. You started acting strange. You didn't answer. You didn't answer, actually. You didn't tell us all if you actually did fuck this girl. I
Right.
guarantee you the answer was a yes, right? So,
Uh-huh.
boom, that's number one. Number two is, what the fuck? Was the assistant 20 or was she 40? Because that's a huge indicator. Is that who you're dating now? Like, why didn't we get any follow up questions there? Because He was like, "That's a lie." All he said was, "That's a lie," or whatever. And I feel like the host should have been like, "How? Okay, well, how old is your assistant?"
Yeah.
You
I
know what
know,
I
like,
mean?
I feel like it would be, uh, fun to talk to Jalen, but we know Kinetic doesn't let us have interviews, but I'm like, I feel like there's so much more tea between these 2,
There's
right? That
so
she
much more tea,
probably has a lot to say, so I
or
hope
they
she's
cut
gonna
it,
do
or they cut it.
I yeah, I hope she's gonna do some interviews, even if it's not with us, we'll obviously, recap it, but should I
Right.
slide in her DMs right now and see if she will?
100,000%. Duh. All she
Or
could
should I
say is no. You know.
should I tell her I was right about him, and so she should talk to us?
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
feel bad. See, I feel bad for her
What
'cause
did he really want to do at Burning Man, girl? Tell us.
yeah, and yeah, was he into orgies? What happened with the girl at the concert?
How old's his assistant?
How old is his assistant and did he fuck her? Yeah, we need to know it all. So
Yeah.
she would be so fun to talk to.
She
I'll
would
DM
be.
her when
Yeah.
we're done, but
Yeah, 100%. I think she'd be a good one. Let's see if she'll talk to us.
yeah, because I feel like there's a lot of tea on him. Wait,
Yeah.
so let's see. Like she has like 13,000 followers, so I feel like the show isn't as big as like Love Is Blind, maybe, but I feel like it does have a big audience. Maybe it's just not as like big of a social thing because
I don't know. They're
we
number
don't cover
7.
it yet.
They're number 7 on Peacock.
Yeah, so it is a big deal, right?
Yeah.
It needs some more tea videos or some more tea going. We need to talk to the secretary, assistant girl. We need to get all of the side tea. The side tea
Yeah.
is what blows the show up.
Exactly. It is what blows the show up. And honestly, like, Josh really surprised me. Like to be like, no, it wasn't on vacation. It was when we got home. And it's like, yeah, but you mentioned it on vacation, and she literally had to beg you. What?
Right. I'm remembering now from the start of the season that I'm pretty sure Josh doesn't have no Instagram, and I thought that's weird as fuck, but now I see why, because he doesn't want the side tea to come out, because when you have an Instagram, that's how people know stuff and say stuff, and I swear that he has no Instagram. I could be wrong, maybe they just didn't tag him, but they tagged
Oh,
everybody else.
does he have like a
No,
TikTok or anything like that?
I'm sure he does have an Instagram, maybe it's just not I don't know, maybe it's just not properly tagged on here, but he's gotta have an Instagram, right?
No, not. I mean, someone his age not having an Instagram is a red flag. No, I'm just kidding.
Huge
It's
red
just-
flag. I have had friends be like, "Oh, it's so sweet. I met this guy. He doesn't have social media because no, he has a secret family that he's hiding from you. That's why he doesn't have social media."
I think the age range also makes a difference, because I feel like guys like over 40s, like in their upper 40s, that like high career men, they may not have an Instagram, right? Because they're just not into the social media of it all.
You know,
But
but my husband's not into social media. He hasn't posted in like 5 years, but he still has one. Like you could
okay.
see his family. Like he's not hiding anything. But it's true. I guess it depends on what your age, right? Like if you were
Yeah.
because there's going to be new social medias that come up now that like we don't start. So maybe, yeah. I just always find it suspicious. Like,
Mm. Well, I think of all of the couples, that one surprised me the most. Josh surprised me the most. I thought that if the relationship ended, it would have been as a result of her, because like you
mhm,
said, like I thought she would have been the one to end it, because it really did seem like he was like so marriage minded. He was so desperate for this, community. And it's like you can build that community with a family or whatever. And like he had this hard upbringing. So he was giving like super serious about marriage. But I don't know. I don't that was shocking. And then I think that she said something very valid. I think he is like chasing that next high, that next thrill, that next shiny new thing. So he's never going to feel fulfilled. He's never going to feel satisfied, because that's going to happen
yeah,
with every woman that he's with, right? Like, oh, you get the, when they're new, it's shiny and new and exciting. And then once that fizzles out and you start having real problems, then you're going to jump to the next thing. And that's why he likes this Burning Man shit, because he gets that high, and these raves, because you get
mhm,
that high. And, he's never going to feel fulfilled, and he's never going to find community. I found him to be a really strange, creepy weirdo after this
yeah,
reunion. Like, and Jalen
I agree.
deserves better. Like, so Um,
Totally agree.
and he tricked us. He tricked us because he really seemed he's all crying and shit, like,
Yeah, he's
fucker,
fake. Yeah.
fake fucker.
Fake fucker.
Fake fucker. Fuck,
We're
fuckity fuck. Sorry, we're definitely getting explicit rating this go around.
we might be a little overtired. I think we've done, like, 7 hours of pods in, like, 2 days, so we're catching up. We're getting it together. For the girl that DM'd Ricky and said, "Get it together," we're getting it together,
It
so
was a guy.
Oh, was it?
A
Aw,
guy.
he missed you then, I think. That's cute.
Uh, yeah, anywho, so
Blow
that
him a
was
kiss.
definitely the most shocking. Then we had, I mean, all of them. I mean, I think okay, who do we have left? Oh, we have
Brittany and
Brittany and
Will.
Will. Do you want to go there, or do you want to go Megan and Derek?
Let's do Brittany and Will, 'cause, why not?
Yeah,
Let's just do
yeah.
them,
All
but,
right,
I
let's
mean,
just get into
there
it.
I thought he was gonna say no. He wanted to say no, then she cried, and I feel like he felt bad and was like, "I'm just gonna do this off camera in 2 days," and he did that, so I'm not
100%.
shocked. Yeah, he was not into it the whole time. It's weird because they would show little scenes of them, like, not, like, off camera with the hidden cameras, and it did seem to have, like, a physical sort of intimate connection, and then on camera, he's a little weird to her, so I see why she was confused. Writing him a letter after he blocked her is embarrassing.
So many things are embarrassing. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't know where to start because Will sucks, right? Like he absolutely. I don't know if he sucks or he's just different, eclectic, weird. Like just trying to be too smart for his own fucking good. I think we've all said that. Like he is like kind of putting on this fake facade. But what I will say
mm,
that I agree with Will on is that Brittany is in. He's never said that she's insecure. I can tell that she is insecure. And I
yes.
agree with him that he would say something trying to validate her, trying to give her a compliment, trying to tell her how he felt. And if it was not the way she wanted it to be, or
Yeah,
if it was not her, how she feels, she would discredit it. She would minimize it. She would not hear him. And I
yeah,
can understand that being so frustrating. On the boat, he's telling her what love means to him. And because it didn't fit her definition, she's like, oh, so you're obligated to be with me. I'm not obligated to be with you. She's instantly in defense mode all the time.
mhm,
And I think it's one, because she's insecure, but two, because she is confused, right? Like, because she doesn't know where they stand. And it's like, but I do feel like he does validate her. And no matter how much he validates her, she's always not going to know where they stand
yeah,
because she's not secure in herself and she's not secure in the relationship. And that is for Will to do, but it is also for her to do as well. So I agree that he wasn't into it. Um, I think he gave her the courtesy of saying that he was gonna say no, but I thought it would have been a no on her end too. I think it's very obvious from jump. I don't think they've had a good fucking moment. I don't
no,
re They have not had one good moment that didn't have a fighting scene in it. Like, even the wrestling date, they had a fight there, they had a little tip there, like, you know what I mean?
mhm,
Like, even the moments on the couch where she's like, "I love you," and he's like, then has to be like, "What kind of love?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's very different and he's very strange. Um but I also
yeah,
think that she says she's been in therapy. She says she's working on herself. So I hope that's true because I do think that Brittany had a lot of insecurities, but I don't think that they were a good match at all. And I
no.
think with the cameras being there and the experts being there, you're exactly right. He was like, okay, I'm going to just say yes. And then as soon as we get home, like, and I don't know if he didn't know that they were recording that scene, that breakup scene, or that hidden camera
Uh-huh.
scene. First of all, why the fuck are they still in the apartments after filming has wrapped?
Right? That was weird, and the little events after, like, what is that all about? I thought after decision day, it's like, pack up the cameras, go back to real life, so
Maybe, well, we have never watched the show, so maybe that's
true.
common because it's like maybe they do that to have something to show at the reunion. Because I'm like, okay, you guys are having
Yeah,
all these meetups. Like, you had a crab boil at a crawfish boil at Megan's house. You guys had a pool party. you guys are still living in the apartments. Like, keep the fucking show rolling then. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But maybe that's in their contract to say we're going to keep rolling a little bit after to get some stuff for the
Chad
reunion.
must have loved that.
Oh my
It's
God.
not
Like,
over, Chad.
it's not over till it's over, Chad. Like, and then, but I think seeing his demeanor in that scene where he was like, I don't want to be with you anymore. And it was so sad to see her like essentially begging him, like, tell me you love
Mhm.
me. And he literally was like, no, that's not going to help anything. He was very cold. He was very, like, very, very different. So
Yeah.
I'm like, did he know that they were going to show? He must not have known they were going to show this.
No.
He must not have
He
known.
Yeah, he probably thought they wouldn't show that because the decision day, they said yes, and they were just gonna leave it at that, but then I also do agree with him that he had to be cold because look what happened at decision day. He was a little wishy-washy and she wouldn't let go, and I feel like you're right. If she actually thought about it, she doesn't like him either, but it's the rejection, and so she's like, "I have to win him back," and that's why when he blocked her, she's writing the letter. She just wants to get his validation again, but she doesn't actually like him, so
No.
it's weird.
No, and that's so embarrassing. Oh my God. Like, that's why when they were like, do you have anything to say to him at this reunion? I was like, please say no.
Please
Like,
don't.
please say no. Please say no. The
And then
fact that this man blocked you and you wrote him a letter and then to hear
go
him
to
on
his
that stage,
apartment
to hear him
multiple times.
like, oh God. Oh God. I mean, she said she wasn't going for him. She said she was going for Jalen, but I wouldn't be going at all. But that's the thing, right? You're going for Jalen in hopes of running into him. Like, that's
100%.
like, we know. I'm not gonna say we've all been there because I don't know that I don't know that I've one had a friend that lives in a motherfucking building and I'm creeping the halls hoping I run into him. I don't know if I've ever done that, but if you know, you know,
Wait,
right? Like, you peeking around the corner, seeing if he's at the pool, at the gym, at the mailbox, so you can just act like you're visiting your friend, you know? Mm-mm. It's
she's
given
probably
desperate.
hanging out on the balcony, like
Peeking over, got binoculars, like, oh Lord,
Oh,
that's
no.
I hate that for her. I hate that for my girl. She did look really, really good at the
She looked
reunion.
so good. Gorgeous.
She
Yeah,
looked
that was in my notes.
stunning. She looked
So good.
stunning. She did look stunning. She was definitely having her revenge moment. But the
Mhm.
fact that he said he didn't even read the letter is humiliating. The fact that I wish a motherfucker would block me and I'll write him a 4-page letter and take it to his apartment. Like, that's wild. Like, oh girl, you've got to learn to just let go and let God.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. That was really embarrassing because and I get it, like, she's talking about, like, I still wanted to fight, and I still felt like we had a chance, and I felt like we didn't give it a chance, but it's like, both people have to wanna fight, like, nothing's ever gonna work if only one person wants to fight, and I
Yeah.
think, like, along the journey, it's very obvious Will didn't like her, he wasn't into it, and even if he was into it, they weren't compatible, like, they did not get
Mhm.
along, his humor, his banter, it was stale, it was cold, it was and she was very everything she was honestly a pouty Peggy, like, everything was, everything,
Mhm.
her face was always crinkled up, wrinkled up. Girl, you don't want this man either.
No. I think he did her a favor, and I hope she hasn't wrote him any more letters, but
They didn't ask them if they're dating. They're the only couple that I think
oh,
that they
yeah.
didn't ask if they're dating other people.
Mhm. That's weird.
So we didn't get that answer if Will is now dating a Will. And I'm just like I'm sorry, but we didn't I mean they didn't ask him. So I don't think it's your fault, Brittany. I don't think there's really anything you could have done. It's not you.
No,
It's your
he's not
parts.
into you.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He's
but they were another one that broke up. So Chad and Belinda, and then Will and Brittany basically faked it on decision day and said
yeah.
their real thoughts off camera, which was secretly on camera for both of them. So
Yeah, I kinda love it, like, we keep saying on Love Is Blind, after the altar, they need to have footage of these bar meetups and this stuff, and so they're doing it on this other show, so I hope they can
yeah.
bring that into Love Is Blind because that's when the real tea that's when the real shit goes down after they break up and still have to see each other. So we missed this whole pool
Yep.
party on Love Is Blind that could have been a cast event filmed, and that would have been amazing.
But I
So,
think we did see that was where Chad went off, right? Was the pool party.
yeah. No, I mean the pool. Remember the Love Is Blind pool party
Oh, yeah,
where
yeah,
all the
yeah.
stuff went down?
Yeah,
If
yeah,
they would have
yeah.
had cameras there, we could have had these little clips. That would have been amazing. So,
Yeah,
something to
yeah.
think about if you're listening, Kinetic.
Which we know you are. So, yeah,
Big
that was
fan.
wait, what did you think? Because I didn't ask you about Chad and Belinda, about the dog scaring the cat and it scratching him and that whole fiasco.
I don't know. No
I
thoughts.
have I have no fucking thoughts. I think he's an angry drunk bitch. That's my thought.
I'm like, as someone who has had cats, that's what cats do. I don't know. I can see that being annoying, but I feel like he just didn't like
The dog.
the dog, didn't like any of it. So I
Yeah, he
think,
didn't like the dog. And he's like, and I think he was trying to like the dog and being like, oh, I know how much the dog means to her, so I'm not going to say anything. Because, like I said, bitch, my dog's been here for 15 years. You just got here. If you don't like her, if you want her out the bed, tough motherfucking titty, bitch. Like,
mhm,
go somewhere else. Now, it's very different between a little Yorkie and a big ass poodle. But,
yeah.
your
Well, and I
baby's your
think
baby. So,
the fact that he has a cat says a lot, right? Like he's a cat guy and she's a
mm-hmm,
dog
mm-hmm.
person. That's already going to be hard. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right.
they
Well,
tried. Uh,
Megan and Derek. Oh my
sad.
God. So sad
I
that I
said
did not expect that.
even though, like, it's been a long time, like, I said to Ricky as soon as the reunion started, I said, "Oh, she's not pregnant," and then Ricky was like, "Well, it filmed a year and a half ago," and I'm like, "That makes sense then." But I don't know, I just had a feeling as soon
Yeah.
as the reunion started, I'm like, "It just doesn't look, like, happy," like, I don't know, I just had a bad
Yeah.
feeling, and sadly, it was true, which is
Yeah.
heartbreaking. I can't imagine how hard it would be to go back and watch this now. I'm even surprised that she did. I probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
But she did, she watched it.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
I guess you if you didn't watch, which I'm sure you did if you're listening, but so Megan and Derek were expecting the last couple of episodes was all about the baby and telling their families and telling the experts and talking about gender reveals, and then the reunion, she said that they had a miscarriage, sadly. So
Yeah.
I know that's something so many people relate to, it's something that a lot of people have gone through. So I mean, I don't think there's any way they wouldn't have shared that, but it's nice that they did share what happened. But
Hmm.
then they also broke up,
Yeah.
divorced. So
I mean,
not good news.
I honestly think that if Megan and Derek were not pregnant, then they would have never said no. I mean, yes, on decision day. I
Hmm.
think that that was one couple that it was very clear that they have a lot of differences. Like, she's very
Yeah.
defensive. He's passive aggressive. I just don't think that they got along. Like, and I think in the end they started showing us their good moments because of the baby news. But I
Hmm.
think that that was the only, like, even I think they had a moment at the reunion where she was like, kind of snapped at him and he's like, well, what did I say rude in that moment? He was just saying that, like, I think ultimately we would have gotten here no matter which way our path was, which means, like, even if we did have a baby, it might have taken longer to get to this point where our paths are no longer, but ultimately we were
Hmm.
not each other's person. And if you're not each other's person, rather it takes a year or 20 years, like, you guys are ultimately not going to end up together. And I think that's what he's saying. And she took offense to it, of
Yeah.
him saying that they had no good moments. So I think that was a prime example, where he kind of asked, like, what did I say wrong in that moment? But yeah, that was really sad. I think, like, them being newly married, already having all of these issues between themselves, and then throwing in something traumatic like a miscarriage on top of that, like, there was no way that they were going to come out of that on top. He doesn't
Hmm.
seem like he seems like a good guy. I don't know about after this reunion, but it just seems like he doesn't have the support he doesn't know how to support her in the ways that she needs, and in a
Hmm.
moment like that, she needs a lot of support, and
Yeah.
he probably didn't know how to handle that. Although, like, I don't know, they spoke about each other gracefully at the reunion. You think she was
I
faking it?
mean, well, he did dump her on the phone, which is kinda crazy, but
Oh, yeah, she did say that. I don't know why I thought, "Oh,
mm,
yeah." I don't know
they
why
did
I'm getting all of them mixed up. All the men broke up with the women. Now that I'm
yeah,
thinking about it, except for Chad, I'm sure it was Belinda,
yeah.
but everybody else, it was the men that broke up with the women. How dare you hoe ass bitches? Like, you're never gonna find women like that again. Like, you think that because
No.
this show's airing and you're feeling yourself right now, you're about to have hoes in different area codes, and y'all gonna be sitting on your ass, like twiddling your thumbs, wishing you had these women. Like, that's crazy. I just realized that.
Yeah, I mean, she did start out with a lot of heat for him, and then by the end, they got to a nice place, which I was surprised about because she seemed like, I mean, to go through a miscarriage and then get dumped on the phone, like, I'm surprised she was even nice by the end, but she did throw that little shade when he said he's been in a relationship for 7 months, and she said, "Well, I saw you on Raya 2 months ago," and that was pretty funny, but I have heard Raya has that problem. This happens a lot with celebrities where, like, you can delete the app or something, but your account is still active, or that's just a
Okay.
lie that they say. I don't know,
I don't
but
know because he seemed really taken aback by it and he seemed
uh-huh.
very like, no, no. Like, you know what I mean? Like he seemed very like, oops,
How
like
are
caught
they getting on Raya?
dead. I
I
don't
thought
know,
it was for
bitch.
celebrities.
No, it's not. So normal people can get on Raya, but you have to like have referrals. So you have to have somebody who has the app send you a referral in order to get in. So I actually, fun fact to you guys, signed up for Raya January of last year. And it will go through your contacts and tell you who on there who in your contacts has Raya, and you could like put them down as a referral. I don't know if they have to like accept the referral or what or how it works, but I got waitlisted and I've been on the wait list for a year since last year. I actually forgot about it until Ashley brought it up. It was like, wait, normal people can be on Raya, and I was like, actually, I signed up for that whole last year, and they never accepted me.
Okay, but what if okay, so what if you have some guys in your contacts that, like, you ghosted or you just didn't want no more, and then they're on Riot and you apply and they ask, like, "Okay, what about this Ricky girl?" And then they don't let you in because they're salty.
They
Does that could
can
happen?
I think they can, like, not give you the referral. They don't have to, like, say, "Yes, I refer this person," but I know you have to have a referral, so maybe the I think I had put down, like, 5 people in my contacts that I seen on there. One
Celebrities?
was no, 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 no. There was, like, a person that like, my friend Maxie, like, I was like they were like, "She has an account," so I would think that she would give me a referral, but I don't know what the fuck happened. I just know I got waitlisted, but
Hmm. I
yeah.
think it might just be because they know you might spill the tea on
Imma
there,
tell
right? Because why
everybody
wouldn't you?
who's on
Yeah.
there. Imma be like, "Bitch, this person was on there, this person was on there, this person was on there."
No, she won't. Let her on. She won't, I promise.
I won't do
It'll
it,
only
but
be between everyone here on the pod, so no big deal.
no big deal, no big deal. But yeah, I don't know, he seemed a little caught to me, the way he broke up with her, the
Yeah.
way he said, "I'm not in love with you anymore." I will say that I don't think that Derek was ever in love with Megan.
No.
I don't think
He
he
was
ever
trying
was.
because of that, pregnancy announcement. He was trying, but I don't think they were a good match, so
Yeah.
but
Yeah. So we
it was
literally,
sad.
they said that's the first time in Married at First Sight history that we got a baby. And then the first time, I mean, a baby this soon or pregnancy this soon. And the first time that there were 5 yeses. And then fast forward to decision day 5 no's. Nobody's still together. Like,
This is
that's
a bad year
crazy.
for Kinetic. No marriages on Love is Blind. No one stayed married on this show, so hopefully
Yeah.
better luck next time. They did show a preview for the next season, which did
Did
you
you
hear them?
did you did you feel like Jalen was in that preview? Because I did.
Yeah. Or it said it's someone who's been on TV. No, I don't know, 'cause it said someone who's been on TV before, and that would wouldn't have aired when they filmed that. So,
Yeah.
but they said that there was a little voiceover that said, I've seen you on TV before or something. So
There
it's
was
somebody.
there was one that was like, I walked down to the altar to see a stranger who wasn't really a stranger. So there's obviously 2 people that know each other, but I could have sworn and I'll go back and watch again, but in one of the still shots, they're showing like a half of a face. It looks very much like
It did
Jalen,
look like her.
and it sounds like Jalen when you listen to the voice. And it seemed like when they showed the previews, and I don't know if I'm just reading too much into this, Jalen was laughing, like she was like she did it again. I don't know. I don't know that Jalen would do it again, but I
Mhm.
thought I seen her. If you guys thought that too, let me know in the comments, or I'm about to go dissect and zoom in.
Yes. Well, I wonder when they would have filmed it because it sounds like when did Jalen and Josh break up? Burning Man, when's Burning Man? Last summer?
Girl,
No
your
idea.
guess is as good as mine. Yeah, because
She
they
would have had
just
to do it
broke up
real
3.
fast.
That's true, that's true, you're right,
Yeah.
because I'm first of all, when is this coming out if it already filmed? Like, this is Kinetic's
Yeah.
problem, is that they film stuff too far in advance
Way
from
too far.
airing it, because when the fuck
Uh-huh.
did you film this?
Yeah. It's
And they
probably
and they didn't
if
give
it's
us a
like
release date.
no. If it's like Love is Blind, then it's probably oh, you know what I realized? Married at First Sight, the next season is season 20, and Love is Blind is season 10. So that's kinda cool. Maybe they'll do them
Okay.
around the same time. But we heard
Oh,
that Love is Blind is not coming in February, right?
yeah, that's what the streets are saying. That's what the streets are saying. We don't know. We don't know
Yeah,
about the streets.
so that makes me sad because I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be Love is Blind soon." But also, it's nice to have a rest in between, so
Yeah, I think we'll still get it soonish. We just usually get it on Valentine's Day. We heard that we're not going to get it on Valentine's Day this year. That we're going to get some shows first, some other shows
yeah,
first. You
perfect
know,
match.
$1 Million Secret. You know,
Temptation Island,
Temptation
that'll
Island,
be
which was
good.
a good one. Yeah, like apparently we're gonna get those first, and then we'll get Love is Blind shortly after, because some of those characters are going to be on. So I think this is gonna be the first time that we have a might be a first time that we have a perfect match that like there's a cast member that their season hasn't aired yet. So
Mm,
that's gonna be different and interesting. I don't know though. Sometimes little birdies are not always true.
yeah.
But
Well, yeah, I could see that with maybe $1 Million Secret because your relationship status wouldn't really affect you know what I mean? They couldn't have 2 dating I don't know, that'd be
yeah,
weird, that's
yeah, you're
confusing.
right. Yeah. You're right, but
Yeah,
you're right about Jalen. It can't be Jalen because they said they just broke up 3 months ago, so depending on
right.
when they filmed this reunion, which I'm assuming is quite recent, within the past few months at least,
Mhm.
they just broke up, shit.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
well, hopefully maybe we'll get to talk to her, or maybe we'll find some birdies with some tea. I hope there's some good after season tea for this one. It's our first time watching it, and actually, I didn't see any spoilers, even though I know they're out there. So I was surprised by all of
yeah,
this. I know
same.
some people in my DMs were like, "Oh, like the spoilers," and I was like, "No, don't tell me. I didn't read it." So
Yeah,
going forward, we might do spoilers, but for our first time, we just wanted to be surprised, and I was very surprised. So
yeah,
it
same,
worked.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, any other
I need some behind the scenes tea. Like you said, I know there's some tea on Josh. I know there's
yes.
some tea on Will. I just know there's some tea on Will. I know there's
Uh-huh.
some tea on Chad. Chad. I know there's some tea on Chad. I know Pat is just with a working girl right now as we speak. Like, I just need the tea on these guys. Who's Derek's girlfriend? Like, what's her deal?
Right?
Wait, one thing. Derek said something about his girlfriend and said she's excited to be a mom, or she's a mom, or
Yeah,
something
that was
like that.
weird. No, he said she's excited to be a mom. I think he means just, like, in general, which I thought was kind of a shitty thing to say. Like, I guess it doesn't weird, right? It was a weird
Oh,
thing to say.
no, that
Yeah.
is shitty thing to say because one, Megan was never not excited to be a mom,
Yeah.
and she was excited to be a mom and just lost a baby. That's very
Uh-huh.
insensitive to say. You asshole. Okay.
I don't like that you can't find these people's Instagrams, but maybe that is smart. Maybe they need to figure out how to do that for Love is Blind, and then A, they won't get bullied online, and B, they won't do it for clout, and we'll get some more genuine people, but that didn't matter for this show, so never mind. Doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't
I don't
help
know
at
what the hell.
all,
If
so
you had to pick one person, or let's say if you had to pick three people who you think was there for clout from this season of Married at First Sight, who would it be?
Definitely Josh,
Hmm.
and I don't know, like, I don't know if they were actually there for clout, like, I don't know if that's what they went there for. Like, I don't think
Definitely
so.
Will. I think
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah, yeah,
Will.
yeah.
Will and
Will,
Josh
yeah.
for sure.
I
And
do feel like Derek wanted to find someone, but I don't think he liked Megan, but I think he went with genuine intentions, or maybe not. He is in a relationship now, so that's a good sign, I guess,
yeah.
but I don't
Yeah.
know. I
Yeah.
don't trust
Maybe
none of them.
yeah, I don't try Will and Josh for sure. I still feel like the ladies were there for genuine reasons.
Yeah.
And what's so crazy is if I had to pick one girl that I would say was not there for genuine reasons would actually be Rhonda. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. I don't know why, but yeah. Everyone else seemed to be pretty genuine and actually wanting marriage. So I don't know, but
Yeah,
it
I
was a
agree.
good first. I mean, it's our first season. I enjoyed it. I'd watch it again.
Yeah,
Um,
me too.
yeah,
It was good.
yeah, so if we'll let you know if we have any interviews with them coming up. We may have a very exciting Squid Games interview coming up. So I know a lot of you guys
Yeah.
wanted us to finish that recap, and which we did. It's out now. We might have an exciting interview coming up for you guys. We'll try and get some of these Married at First Sight people for you. You know how we do, and we have so much out. So we will be
Yep.
seeing you guys.
We'll be back. Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.